It has never been a better time, of course, to be right here in front and, of course, just in the midst of a lot of cooperatives and, of course, that in the entrepreneurship world. My name is Vernon Chitifi. You're actually still locked into Developcom Web TV. And at this very particular place, as you may see, we're actually at the International Conference Center, Mulungushi, that is in Lusaka City, where, cooperatives as well as the medium, small, enterprises, of course, are just gathering, convening to talk about, of course, what the sector has been performing like and, of course, some of the challenges and possible, synergies to be created, by the players and, of course, the ministry in that entirety. Now, of course, as we may be aware, that actually it has been taking place for 2 days and so much actually has been tabled. Charlie, I feel...
Hi, Venom.
How are you doing?
I'm great. So excited to be here at the Indaba. They come together for small medium enterprises, but more especially I am very interested in seeing the cooperatives. You see, the cooperative movement has been a little bit sluggish of late. We saw that this cooperative movement in other countries in the late 1970s, 1980s was actually a springboard for development. However, after the restructuring of the economy in the 1990s, we saw that the cooperative movement was a little bit shaken. So I'm hoping that through this Indaba, we can actually look at some of the factors that are contributing to cooperatives not actually contributing and not actually actualizing what the potential that they have. So actually, from a point of view of being a manager of a cooperative, I understand quite a number of issues. So I am quite excited to be at this Indaba. And
of course, starting to me right now is Charlie, and we will be delving step by step into some of the exhibitions and, of course, just showcasing that's happening at the MSME and Cooperatives Indaba, hosted by the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises. And I think there's just a lot to unpack, but do stick around as we walk with you, stand by stand to see really what we have or what they have in store for us.
And not only that, Venon, I don't know if the viewers are aware that we actually have the Ministry of Local Government being represented by the Permanent Secretary, and he's actually going to talk about a lot with regard to the CDF and how it can actually link or connect to the small medium enterprises. So I can't wait to engage with the Permanent Secretary in the auditorium, and I understand that there will be an opportunity for the cooperators to actually engage directly with the minister or with the Ministry of Local Government, especially through the Permanent Secretary, who is going to answer some questions.
Absolutely.
So that's an exciting segment which I hope that viewers out there are going to have a glimpse of.
Absolutely. Stagnant conversations that actually have been stuck, in the shelves will be unpacked today at the Indaba as we look at more interesting aspects of the MSME industrial sector as well as that of the cooperatives. Stay locked on as we still are unpacking so much on Developcom Web TV right here. Stay tuned. Is actually currently still ongoing at the Mulungushi International Conference Center. We have seen quite, interesting, footage and just, how people are really coming out in numbers today to really just, bring out issues centered on those two particular sectors. And Charlie, I feel one of the things that actually has just drawn my attention is how we've seen the cooperatives, bringing out their best, with or I would say little to no support. They still have been managing to put up everything. And with the little help, of course, that they've been getting around, they've still been able to stand and provide, I think, the community with solutions, impeccable, remarkable ones actually.
Like I said, Vernon, cooperatives, once well harnessed, are a driver for development. Unfortunately, in this country, cooperatives seem not to be doing very well. And what we have here showcasing at the Indaba are some of the best cooperatives that are well organized and that are trying by all means to ensure that they bring about sustainable positive change. So like in Malaysia, in China, cooperatives are the ones that are actually bringing about social and economic change. So I hope that from this Indaba we can see examples and also try to get the lessons that we are getting from here to replicate them in the areas where these guys are coming from. So it is actually up to the Ministry of Small Medium Enterprises to ensure that these lessons that are gained here do not go and get shelved in the ministry, but that this information should be packaged. And I think that is where our part is. We're trying to actually to help the ministry disseminate this information so that perhaps somebody out there might learn a lesson or two. Absolutely. From these cooperatives and what they are doing. I know a little bit more about cooperatives and the challenges that they face. One of the key challenges that cooperatives face in this country is literacy levels.
Absolutely.
There's yes.
To the fact that failing to put stuff together, document, and even submit documents at least to seek for help and whatnot.
Literacy and also the traditional problem of looking at cooperatives for the sake of getting fertilizer. That has been quite a challenge for some time, but a cooperative should not be seen as a vehicle for only getting fertilizer and farming inputs. A cooperative is a business. Absolutely. And this is why I would advocate from my own perspective to link cooperatives to, let's say, for instance, the TVET system, so that people that go through the TVET system are linked to cooperatives. It is only through cooperatives. These are the industries that are going to be found at the district, in the rural areas. Right now, if you go across Zambia, there is no place you can say is very, very rural. Development has actually been spread across. Absolutely. Yes, exactly. So with this Indaba, we hope that we can learn a lot, and also we can disseminate this information to those of our friends who might not actually be here.
Indeed.
So that at least, these interventions can be replicated. The key is to replicate what these cooperatives that are showcasing here can do.
Absolutely. And thinking that the ministry has taken the time to bring about such kind of a meeting to congregate cooperatives and SMEs to table out their issues, have a plenary session where they can bring out whatever challenges and get first-hand information and responses there and then, and how to approach, how to engage ministries, how to actually speak to some of these business people and bring out their proposals, maybe even fend for money. Exactly. And even just assistance policy-wise. How are you supposed to go in case you have a business, and how do you want to have it regulated properly, even pay your returns actually, and look at things of registration.
And in the advent of this constituency development fund, I think this is an era where the SME sector should actually grow. In terms of cooperatives, we should actually see some upward growth and strengthening of the cooperative movement, because 30 million kwacha is quite a lot, and these are the resources which these cooperatives need to target. And from the policy point of view, my thinking would be that, look, as government, why don't you relax some of these stringent measures that might be blocking these cooperatives and these local manufacturers in terms of small, medium enterprises from accessing finance? We can actually, like I always talk about this, not everybody has got access to loans from the banks, especially if you are in the informal sector. So why don't we use the Constituency Development Fund as collateral, as a guarantor mechanism, as a guarantee for those people who are in cooperatives to access finance from the banking sector, and using CDF as a collateral. If I fail to pay, you should actually go and get the money from the Constituency Development Fund because I am not working.
Absolutely. I think that's one way to actually look at it, and we will take time to speak to some of them actually one by one to understand their narrative, their situations, and actually they've been navigating the entire system to get to where they are, to strive, to survive, and just remain afloat in this very interesting, challenging economic situation in Zambia. Just stick around. Myself and Charlie actually will be walking around and just seeing the exhibitions and showcasing what actually they have in store for us. That's the MSMEs and Cooperatives, still on Developcom actually.
And don't forget, Vernon, I've just seen CEEC. I think they have some industrial yards. Kitwe Industrial Yard is being represented here. I think I'll look forward to talking to them. I want to hear how they've actually evolved. I think they are one of the industrial yards that have done pretty well. Of course, and I think that's the reason why they are here. So we need to learn a lot so that these industrial yards, which are spread across the country, can actually learn one or two things. I am very, very excited about their presence here at the Indaba.
Indeed. Look around, and of course, course, do stay glued. We'll be back with more as we walk with you just step by step with what these people actually have in store for you right here at the Indaba. Stay locked on.
Welcome TV.
How are you doing, Mr. Brown?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Fantastic, thank you. But for starters, how do you feel the medium small enterprise sector is performing currently?
I think we have a lot of room for improvement. It's not what we expect to do. I think we can do better than we are doing right now. Yeah.
And that being the case, what does this two-day Indaba being hosted by the Medium Small Enterprise and Cooperatives Ministry, what does it mean for the entire sector?
Okay, I feel it's good for our sector because we've aired our views, I'm sure, the problems we're facing. And then on the networking part too, I'm sure many young people have gotten the right connections and the right channels supposed to do things, which is a plus for us. So I feel it's so insightful for the young ones, and they're learning one or two things which will help them improve their small businesses and hopefully grow bigger in future.
Chanda Brand or other Brand Innovations, at the end of this Indaba, what are you expecting to get out of it?
For me, what I expect to get out of it is the knowledge. I think I haven't gotten the knowledge I needed, which is how I'm supposed to gain some extra fund, because all small businesses, we have one big issue, which is funding. So I think I've got enough knowledge on how I can access certain funds and the process on how to access certain things. So it's been quite insightful for me, because that's what I needed to learn, and I managed to get that information out of this place.
And lastly, at the end of it all, what should the sector look like after this Indaba?
I think we should improve. We have to step up. It's no more. I know they call us small businesses, but you have to start growing into big businesses so that we leave room for now the future small SMEs to grow as well. And we should lead the way, because we now have the knowledge. So we have to pave way, groom the young ones. They follow the right suit, and then I'm sure business for the young business people in Zambia might go on peak now.
Thank you so much, Brian, for your time.
All right. Thank you so much, Chief.
Stuck here at DCM Enterprises. Happy Start Porridge is where pretty much we're now looking at. Still at the Indaba exhibition, and people still have a lot actually to still dish out today. But I'm actually talking to Mr. Raphael here, and he's going to really just give us narrative as to the significance of their coming to the Indaba today, and primarily what, of course, they're expecting. Mr. Raphael, pleasure to see you once again here today, and just to see that you're putting up here. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much.
For starters, why is it important for DCM Enterprises to be part and parcel of the Indaba?
Thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity. I'm so grateful to be here. This should be the biggest, if not, Indaba, in the country in 2024. I think we should give credit to the government and the Ministry of SMEs. They're doing a great job. It's very important, and it's cardinal that we're here. This is a place where you can interact, with other SMEs. This is a place where you get to come and, get visibility. It's a place where you get to connect with other businesses. It's a place where, a business like us, MSMEs, we come here to actually, get to learn what other people are doing. And it's very important as a company to know that we have to be visible. As a business, you need to be visible. If you need people to buy your product, I think you need to be visible. So we are happy that we're here, and I think this Indaba has been very successful to us. We've made some sales. Our goal, here wasn't really to come and sell, but to just, was showcase our product, and then also make sure that, as we exhibit, we also interact with other companies,
So then from here, looking at what you have achieved so far, just a two-day conference with the many people, diverse walks of life, where they're coming from. As DCM Enterprises, what are you expecting moving forward? Because we've had dialogue, conversations inside with the ministers, foreign dignitaries, for your business, the local Zambian market. What do you expect after this Indaba?
Thank you so much. Our expectations are high. Of course, the government is doing, it's playing its role. they're doing an incredible job. I think it wasn't easy to bring SMEs cooperatives from different provinces, Lusaka and other provinces as far as Chinsali. It's good to see other SMEs, young people, young and old cooperatives coming together, doing incredible job. There's a lot of products that I've seen here, some products which I've never seen, and I'm happy that our Happy Start Porridge is actually part of that. This is an incredible product, and to answer your question, I think we have faith, we have confidence in the government. I think even when you look at the discussions that have been going on inside, we talk of policy, I think talk of cooperatives, talk of MSMEs, talk of coming together, working together, forming those tangible relationships, and just having those conversations with the ministries. I think these ministries are our ministries. We shouldn't actually be scared of them. We shouldn't fear. We have a representative actually from the youth. I think National Youth representative who is also speaking for us inside. I think I heard, I can't confirm that, but I heard that Brian Chanda, one of our own, and a very successful business person, just like a youth like us. I think he was speaking. I didn't get to attend that, but it's encouraging to see that the government can recognize what young people are doing and the efforts that we're putting in. So we're very hopeful, and we hope for the best. What we want is a very sound a working environment, and also access to finance. We are small businesses. For God's sake, we're starting. We're pushing. We have started. We are not seeking for finance without starting. I think we're somewhere. We're doing what we can. I think if we can be supported, it will be very helpful. And this is called Happy Start Porridge. Happy Start Porridge. Is the best nutritional start to your day. We're championing healthy living. This is a product that is a combination of maize, soya, millet, and groundnuts. This is a product which is natural. It is natural. It is a natural product. This is a product which, trust me, is very good for children. And children from 6 months and above. 6 months to infinity, I should mention. If you look at the ingredients, the combination that's there, I think this is a product which every mother out there should sort for. You may be wondering and asking where you can find this. You should not worry, because we have you covered. Get to Young Fellows supermarkets in town. You can go to Kabwata, Mazabuka. And for those that in far places, we still have you covered. You can go to Choppies, Mansa, go to Choppies Sorwezi, Mufurira. You will find this product. It's very affordable. It's very cheap. It's very affordable. I think it's as cheap. It's more cheaper than your 1 week bundle. So I am so happy and excited, and I just want to assure you, every mother out there that is looking for the morning and evening food and food supplement to your child, you have no worry. Don't look far. Come to Happy Start Porridge, and will save you. This is a product that is high in proteins, high in fiber, high in energy, and this is a product that is going to sort out those issues that you've been having, perhaps maybe underweight, be it children going to under 5. Trust me, this is a very good product. We want your support. We need your support, and please. Don't mistake us. We are here to supplement the government's efforts, and also in fighting malnutrition. This is a product which stands, in that place where it fights malnutrition and stunting. We want to assure you and reassure you that we are here and we are with you. And this is, this is a journey that we've started, and let's get into this journey together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Rafa, and we're hoping that the Indaba has been just as impactful, and consumers actually are enjoying the food. Thank you so much.
I am more than grateful. Thank you so much.
Right here, I'm talking to another gentleman. exciting products actually they're offering. This is groundnuts, of course, under Kingdom Delicacy, and we just want to really get a narrative of what really the Indaba business in general and the MSME actually and cooperatives industry has been performing, likely to perform, of course, even after the Indaba. My good man, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. And how are you?
So we're doing great. It is a pleasure to actually be interacting with you today, and a quick one is you coming to put out your stuff here today carries a lot for us, and we just want to understand why is it important that you came out today at the Indaba.
Okay, well, to start with, I think collaborations is what was a key thing for us, because we realized that for a long time we're doing things not knowing what how others are able to do. So I believe us coming here gave us an opportunity to be exposed to the market and the industry players, and also to learn from others and how best they're doing it. For example, we might be struggling through raw materials. It's also important because SMEs came from all over the country. So there are people that are in the value chain that we're able to also collaborate with and also network. So it was a great thing, and we really like to thank the ministry for putting up such an event. Yes.
Mr. Hillary, you are creating products from a produce we have known for from ages, from inception. This, but then performance rate, saying that these are already on the market products. We already have ways back and forth. Actually, people can prepare this. But how have you been performing, given this kind of product which has already been around for decades?
Well, the market has been very impressive. The demand has been good. As you have noticed, I'm sure there's been an inflow of a lot of players on the market coming up with peanut butters and this and that, because of the high demand. People are trying to venture into various ways of living healthy, and groundnuts is one of the best products that you can always rely on, because of the nutritional value that it brings, that the proteins, the carbohydrates, and all those things. And for a long time, people are using just getting groundnuts in raw, but we decided to start adding value to it. We do peanut butter, we do sweet mbalala, which we mix with sugar, milk, and the rest, which is a good snack. We also do cassava and groundnuts. So yeah, absolutely.
In the introspect that the Indaba has been flooded with a lot of entrepreneurs, young, old, from all walks of life. Speak about foreign dignitaries from India, Malawi, Kenya. I feel there is a lot to pick from the table. But for Kingdom Delicacy, what are you looking forward to get from this place apart from collaborations?
Well, to start with, as the old saying goes, we're now in a global village. So what we're looking for opportunities to export. Yeah, because truth be told, our market, our product has been widely accepted countrywide. Everybody that buys or wherever we take our product, everybody says what you're doing is a good thing. And even the packaging, as you can see, it's of international standard. So we came knowing fully that they are also participating countries like Kenya, there's Malawi, there was also India that came through. So we decided, okay, maybe it could also be an opportunity for us to meet foreign dignitaries and to see the opportunities that lies in terms of exportations.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mr. Hillary, as we conclude, the market hasn't been very... I wouldn't want to preempt, but the market has been what it has been, given the currency fluctuating and whatnot. But really, what are you looking forward to? We've had talks, we've had, policy, implementations, we've had policy reviews and whatnot by the Honorable Minister of, Elias Mwanga, and that of Fishery and Livestock. But from here, from this Indaba, what are you looking forward to? Since things have been tabled, you've seen how the narrative looks like, the ministry also has given their sentiment. So what do you expect after?
Well, to tell you the truth, the Indaba has been very promising. Words that came from the minister, even just the ministry itself. There's a lot of submissions that have been made by our representative, that's the SMEs and all the stakeholders. So we believe there'll be some cushioning. We believe there'll be some ways of safeguarding, especially the fluctuations in the dollars and all that, because for some of us that deal with agro products, which is determined by the weather, the climate change and this and that, there have been all those submissions submissions that have been made by the various stakeholders, and we have been promised, we have been assured that definitely something is going to be done. So we can only but be expectant, but on top of that, we also need to also do our part. Yes.
So Hilary, I can appreciate you enough for spending time with us and just really walking us through your expectations and your reactions for the Indaba being the last day today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Speaking to Mr. Laxon here, Tammy Fresh Products, and just enlightening us really about what it has been about, him being at the Indaba today. Laxon, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. How you doing?
Pleasure it is to be here, and I'm doing fine. I know I am as sweet as you can see me, but I will still need honey someday. But really, your being here for me signifies something. Why is it important that you're here?
So important that we're here. First of all, I think the current government is supporting the small guys like us. And I think we are big on the agenda, and to just see the doors that the government is opening, and all the players that we are seeing around, the banks, we are seeing, I think, ZABs and all those guys, they're coming together. So for us who are just starting off, it's good to understand who is doing what in the marketplace. I think we've got the same agenda. For us small guys, we want to create employment. We want to make sure that we are adding value. And I don't know if you can allow me to talk about what we are doing here. So we are focusing on two things here. We are focusing on the fruit jam and also the tomato gravy sauce. Now, if you look at the jams at the moment in Zambia, we have jams that are made of sugar, flavors, at best concentrates. Now, concentrates are good, but they're not good for farmers. These are concentrates that have been made out of the country. So when we're making fruit, we're making jam or drinks from concentrates, mainly we are not utilizing the farmers. So we've got many farmers who are working really hard and yet they cannot find the market. So we're coming in to change that narrative. We want to use the locally produced fruit. Like in this particular case, we've got mango. Mango in Zambia has been condemned. Indigenous man, we can't do anything with it, right? But we are saying, no, we can actually do something with it. So this is made from indigenous Zambian mango, which we have now made into jam. It's becoming very popular here. As you can see from there, it's being tested, and we have had brilliant feedback, and it's fantastic. When you look at this one here, we've got very innovative way of doing it. We've got the apple and tomato jam. And you look at that, it's like, how would that taste? But then it's very lovely. In fact, it's our best-selling product on this. But in Lunga, Northwestern Province, we produce heaps of pineapples. And tomatoes, of course, we produce all that. But for us to add value to that, it means that we can create jobs. We can actually even export this. Right. All right, so that's another thing. And then the old marmalade. It's another fantastic. We're working with a farmer in Chongwe who are producing oranges, and we're converting that. And we want to have more of this as we grow. And then finishing off with, in terms of the products, we've got the tomato gravy sauce. Amazing. This is in here. We've got tomato, we've got onion, we've got green pepper. Now, much of these things, these are perishable products, but converting them means that we are preserving the fruit. And with climate change and all that, that means that you can taste fresh fruit any time of the year. Doesn't matter what has happened and things like that. So that's what we are doing as TAMI, to make sure that we are creating value around the products that we are producing as a country.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Mr. Lake, with TAMI Fresh Products here, the Indaba has a lot of people, interesting entrepreneurs, locally, internationally, and as well as delegates from different countries, we've noticed. We have ministers, two honorables, that of Mr. Elias and that of Fishery and Livestock. How do you think, or what are you expecting from this interesting event that has been put up for 2 days?
Well, as I indicated, the very fact that government is putting the small medium businesses at the center of the agenda, I think is a very important thing, because any economy to thrive, any in the world, you need the small business. These are the people who drive the economy. And to just hear what the two ministers were saying today in terms of what the focus they have put there, it is quite heartening that we can have the government that understands that for us to move forward as a country, we need to put a focus, not just talking about it, but they're actually doing something. This is like they're doing something about it. It's not just in Parliament, they're actually doing something. And I've been quite engaged with the Minister of Small Business, the PS and the directors are very supportive. And we're talking about how they can support us in terms of getting this, not just to grow up in a small bit, but how we can actually harness the mangoes that are being wasted across the country. How we can support the farmers in terms of those who are producing tomatoes and apples to export to Europe and other parts. So it's to get the ministers here and talking about small business, man, it is so encouraging, and we are heartened about that.
In this regard, as we will be concluding the Indaba tomorrow, seeing it's a 2-day conference, what will Tammy Fresh Products be getting out of this Indaba at the end of it all?
I think for us, first of all, just having a stand here, we have got so many people from walks of life coming through here. We're talking about more than 2,000, right? And we can get a fraction, like let's say 200. They test our product and give us a feedback. That is fantastic. But then we have had engagements with people from India. The Indian delegate came here and they tested our products and they said, this is great. They want to talk to us about it. And we've had, also hearing from the guys like the guy from Kenya, the stuff that they're doing in Kenya. Again, it opens up your mind. So far, even if it ended today, it has been fantastic. And we hear they're going to be more tomorrow. I think we're going to get more. So if we can get the collaboration happening, if we can get the farmers to work with us to supply and all that would be fantastic. Yeah.
Tammy, thank you so much, and we are hoping that this will be very enriching for the business and individually for you, Mr. Lack.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and all the very best.
Speaking to Mr. Saidi here, and ideally just running us through with Netsa perfume, if I pronounced that correctly. Mr. Saidi, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. We are here at the Indaba, and I see you are exhibiting here your products, handmade, I believe.
Yes, they are handmade and proudly Zambian.
I love perfume, just for clarity. And Mr. Saidi, I just want to really understand, for you to bring out your stuff here, I believe you have seen some sort of importance of you being here at this Indaba. What is that significance of your presence and just holding this kind of a meeting?
Okay, at this Indaba, I think the main importance is for publicity and to just make people aware that in Zambia we are able to produce something that is of great quality and that can solve problems in the market or to the people. Yeah.
You mentioned market. You have been making this, I suppose, for some time. How would you describe the market generally? How has it been faring?
The market has been fair. Yeah, though we are still producing in smaller quantities, sometimes unable to satisfy the demand. But as we grow or scale up the business, I'm sure we shall be able to even advertise more and be able to satisfy the market.
So from the Indaba that we'll be holding for 2 days, today and tomorrow, we've got Honorable Minister Elias Mubanga as well as that of Livestock and Fisheries. We've also seen delegates from foreign countries like Malawi and Kenya. What really are you expecting to get out of this Indaba as a local entrepreneur?
Okay, as a local entrepreneur, I think we're also looking at collaborating with other partners. I'm also looking forward to see what other countries have to offer, what knowledge can I get from them, and not only knowledge, how can we also take out our products to their countries. We have 2 ranges of perfume. That is the AU de Parfum. This is AU de Parfum, same scent. We also have Fresh Life Extrait de Parfum. So what this means, Extrait de Parfum, this is a pure perfume oil. AU de Parfum, this has a concentration of both oil and alcohol. Even in application, these differ. So this stays, the Extrait de Parfum stays quite much longer compared to the AU de Parfum. The Extrait de Parfum, you spray. Even when you wash your clothes, you should be able to get the scent. For the AU de Parfum, should be able to take you for 24 hours. After that, it fades. Yeah, so those are the 2 differences on the perfumes that we manufacture. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saidin. We're hoping that we can see more of your products on the Zambian market and, of course, being exported to other countries. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm good. Speaking to Mr. Lessa here at the Mulungushi International Conference Center, where of course we're attending the MSME and Cooperatives Indaba as of April 2024. Mr. Evans, how are you doing today?
I'm alright, thank you. And how are you?
We're doing great, thank you. I'm seeing your products here that you're hand holding. First of all, for starters, you being at the Indaba, what does that mean for your business?
I think being here, we as a business, we moving forward. We're going to, in terms of collaboration, we have partners, we have customers that would maybe want to make, for example, I had one guy who said maybe if I want 100 pairs of shoes, can we do that? So it's a deal that we can do, and we are open for also partnerships. Yeah, so coming here, at least we're going to have that network that we need to penetrate the market.
Speaking about the Indaba, we have Honorable Minister of Livestock and Fisheries. We've also had Mr. Elias Muvanga, Minister of SME itself and whatnot. And we actually have dignitaries from other countries like Malawi as well as Kenya. But in that regard, how is your business helping the sector grow?
So if you're talking of Honorable Minister Mwanga, I've actually done a shoe for him, and basically.
Okay, let's pick it up again. So, how are you helping the industry grow? So, the more you are doing your business, the more you're also opening doors for others, the more you're also creating more revenue for people and things like that. Yeah, with the collaborations and everything.
Say that again.
So, I mean, your business as you're running it, how is it helping the sector grow? You're creating jobs for others, you're creating more revenue to be circulating and things like that.
So I think like maybe if we say creating jobs,
Yeah.
basically we're planning to train some fellow youths who are going to help us achieve the target. For example, we're planning to expand the business, and actually I'm doing it alone. So I've started training some guys that will now help me even when I'm away. They'll be there to do the job. That means we are creating jobs, also imparting skills in those that maybe just roaming around the streets.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So from here then, what are you expecting from this Indaba? What kind of expectations, what do you want to see after the Indaba in regards to the growth of your business?
So talking of that, I'm sure you heard what the minister had said. Listen to the advertise the industry ads. So what that means is us as SMEs, we apply for those industry ads which will be funded by CAC. So at the end of the day, we come here and then we exhibit our products. They see the actual product, and at the end of the day, if they were to fund it, we'll be able to create that employment we're talking about.
Mr. Evans, thank you indeed so much for having to just share with us your insight and your business prospect as well for the Indaba. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And also maybe those that want to find us, we have a page on Facebook. It's called EB Stitch Leather. Also on TikTok, because some people don't believe that we make these shoes locally. So we have those from cutting to the process when it is done. We have those videos just to show them that this is what we are able to do.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Indeed. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
My name is Charlie Afyakatungula. I am your #1 presenter on Developcom Web TV, and welcome to the SMME and Cooperative Indaba happening right here in Lusaka. So with me here right now is Mr. Gilbert Tembo. Mr. Gilbert Tembo, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, welcome viewers. This is Gilbert Tembo, a founder of True Environmental Protection. It's a cooperative which is based in Katete, Eastern Province. So what we do, we make charcoal briquettes. So these charcoal briquettes that you have seen are made from agriculture waste, such as groundnut shells, maize cobs, soya beans stalks, and sunflower stalks. So the reason why we are doing this is because we want to fight climate change by providing alternative energy sources, which you can see. These are charcoal briquettes.
So Mr. Gilbert Tembo, when did you start this innovation? I can call it innovation. When did you start as a cooperative?
Okay, yeah, this innovation was started way back in 2019. That's when we started doing the same innovation. Actually, in 2021, there was even a call for innovators across the country, which was National Initiative for Innovation, and NTBC and UNDP. So there were about 300 participants, of which we participated, and I was one of the lucky finalists who were awarded some cash for the same innovation.
So, would you disclose how much you got, and have you put it to good use? Are we seeing this innovation being sustainable for the next 10 years?
Yeah, of course. Actually, we were given a grant of about 50,000 kwacha. Yeah, it is because of the same innovation. That's how come the cooperative was formed.
Of course, there's been just so much to bring to your table. I think it will take us the whole day. But of course, thankfully, the ministry actually put out a 2-day conference right here. And of course, as you may see, there's been so much, unpacking and unveiling of, creative, very interesting, works, products as well, locally made. I think one of the gentlemen actually put out some interesting boots that are shoes, rather, men's shoes that are actually made right here with local material, nothing imported whatsoever. But, with the Indaba, essentially, we want to also understand the cooperative, the corporate perspective of what these entities are doing to make the lives and, navigation of MSMEs and cooperatives, better and more easy, or rather, less stressful for them, and just, render products to the community at the end of the day. With the, entities we've seen, I think MTN is one of them that actually, is offering some of these services.
Well, MTN, and we also have, which other one? Camco?
Yeah, I think we've seen Camco, we've seen, we've equally seen Zanaco as well, we've seen CPC, we've seen Prospero. I think these are entities that actually...
Guarantee scheme. There's quite a number of corporate entities that are being represented here.
Indeed. I think the narrative...
To break it up, I think let's just have a chit-chat with one-on-one with them. So that we can get to hear from the horse's mouth what they're doing here. Indeed. Yeah.
And of course, in that regard, we'll just speak to them and understand what they are doing essentially to help the MSMEs as well as the cooperatives navigate the shells of, being entrepreneurs and remain afloat, in these interesting economic situations that actually we have, or rather we're faced by, of course, in Zambia. Do stick around as we actually talk to them and just get more intel with regards to that. And I think Charlie essentially is looking forward to that, personally.
Yes, exactly. I would like to find out exactly what entities like Prospero are actually doing. So it's an opportunity for us to learn. It's an opportunity also for the viewers to learn exactly what interventions are actually being put out there. So stay glued to www.developcom.net.
Absolutely. Developcom all the way, DMS. Thank you so much. My name is Vernon Stiffy. We are yet to bring more to you. Stick around. Speaking to Prospero, and I'm talking to Shelley here, who actually happens to be at least leading the exhibition today at the 2-day Indaba being held at the Mulungushi International Conference Center. Shelley, thank you so much for having time to speak to us.
Thank you for having us.
Before I can downgrade or give you too much credit, just align us with your position as we speak to you.
All right, so I'm the Outreach and Knowledge Manager at Prospero Limited. Yes.
For starters, I think it's a delight to see you guys exhibit today at the Indaba, and just tell us the significance of your presence at the Indaba today.
All right. So Prospero Limited, core to our business and our function is working with SMEs. We have SMEs at the heart of what we do, and we have collaborated with SMEs in all the implementations we've done. We are a not-for-profit organization, very independent, currently being funded by FCDO, that's UK Aid. We also have other donor funds that we use in executing our projects. So primarily, all those funding is towards helping SMEs grow in Zambia. So we facilitate investment. We also do business support services, operational and technical support to SMEs to help their businesses to grow. Right. Yes.
Shirley, just give me a narrative generically. How has been the MSME and cooperative sector been performing of late?
I think there's still a need for improvement. There's still need for more collaboration. That's why we are so happy about the theme for this Indaba. This collaboration would help move them forward greatly because we need a lot of players on board to have them grow. Yes.
With the number of people we've seen here from different walks of, the business world and whatnot, actually from India, Malawi, Kenya, and of course our local officials and the ministers, where do we see the industry growing after this two-day Indaba?
I think the most important is what next after this Indaba. Because if we leave the conversations here, nothing would change. So taking the conversations forward with partners like us would help move the country forward and also see what we want to see in the future. Because if we have foreign players coming, meaning there's potential in Zambia, meaning they can also see the potential. So it's up to us to do what we have to do to see this potential to where we want to see it, yes.
As I let you go, Shelley, what are you expecting from the Indaba as Prospero moving forward?
It's to send the message out there that there's still potential in Zambia. The SMEs have a greater part to play in the economy, and it will take all of us to come on board to grow them. And as Prospero, we are very much on board with the ministry to move the SMEs forward with what we do. Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing that insight, Shelley, with us today.
Thank you for having us. We are so glad to partner. Yes. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Mwemba. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I see you are exhibiting here as Camco. How's that going so far?
So far, so good. I can see the 10 round of people has really been great, and everyone is here. I've seen people who are willing to get one or two products from us, both the small and medium individuals. Let's say, yeah.
You, Mr. Mwemba, being the lead of marketing for Camco, what has been the MSME industry been, I think, for some time now?
Small and medium enterprises, I think that's the grassroots, or let me just say that's where everything starts from. Yeah, for us who are mostly focusing on farming, we really appreciate to see people grow from the start. Take for instance, start from using animate power into using machines, into using motors, into using metals, something that is going to double the yield. So our main role in the industry is to make sure that these entrepreneurs, they are growing, and also we are equipping them with the right tools and the right information when it comes to farming, or let me say, is it a construction business or is it a mining business? So we have all these products to make sure that individuals or firms, or let me say the enterprises, are growing accordingly. Yes. Yeah.
So with this Indaba being held, it's the MSME and Cooperatives Indaba that's being held by the Ministry of Small Medium Enterprise. What does this mean for Camco, this two-day meeting?
This two-day meeting, we are really looking up for great feedback from the people that we've already worked with, the cooperatives that we've worked with, as well as we also look forward to partnering with a number of cooperatives, as well as individuals, companies, enterprises, yes. So we are looking forward to doing business with each, all individuals that are going to take part in this Indaba. We believe all the individuals that are participating in this Indaba are also looking forward to achieving something or learning something or acquiring something. So as Camco, we've partnered with government institutions like CEC, like Public Service Microfinance, talk of Agrisco, Agriculture Leasing Company. All these are partners that us as Camco, we've gathered these people, these firms, so that we can support the small and medium enterprises, yes, to make sure that they have the right information, the right equipment, and the right products for their farms or for their businesses. Yeah.
And lastly, Mr. Mwemba, what are you expecting from this Indaba? Seeing that there are cooperatives, there are foreign delegates from Kenya, Malawi, and we've got Minister of Livestock and Fishery, and the Honorable of Small Medium Enterprise. As CAMCO, what are you expecting to achieve, or the objective by the end of the day when the meetings will be done?
Yeah, what I'm going to say is that I'm very much excited to be here, and the world has become a global village. Businesses are interlinked, everything is connected. I would tell you that most of the generator customers for Camco, these industrial generators, are coming from Congo. Yeah, so we have a market in Congo, we have a market in Malawi, in Angola. It is now a global village, it's now connected. So we are looking forward for more partnerships with our diaspora partners, as well as we are also looking forward to opening businesses across the borders. So far we are in Malawi, we are in Cameroon, we are in Kenya, to mention but a few. We also want to open up in Zambia. We have about 6 outlets, and then we are opening a new one in Kasama. So that's not the end. We look forward to being everywhere, so that our farmers, those people who want to start businesses, can find us anywhere at a convenience place. Yes.
Mr. Member, thank you so much for your time and sharing your insight, and we're hoping to talk to you soon as well.
We appreciate. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Honorable Sir, as the Indaba was holding, why do you feel it was important to the MSME and cooperatives sector, sir?
Well, I think first and foremost, this has been a very, very successful Indaba. First ever. So, and you can tell from the way our people have responded, the cooperatives and the SMEs. Since yesterday up to today, they've been here. You can tell the way they've displayed, their businesses, ideas, and things like that. And also, this tells you that Zambians want to work for themselves. For me, I'm now beyond reasonable doubt that Zambia is ripe for entrepreneurship. So as a ministry, we will continue to champion the entrepreneurship in the country. We would want to make sure that we continue to bring in an enabling environment for the SMEs and cooperative to thrive. So this has actually opened my eyes as also a minister to see that we need to nurture even those that are beginning. And I think the power of collaboration is key. You've seen how the mines have come in, and other sectors in the country, how they've come in to support this ecosystem for cooperatives and SMEs. So this is good for us as a ministry as well.
Of course, concluding the Indaba, hosted of course by the Ministry of Small Medium Enterprises, that's the MSME, coupled of course with the cooperatives. It has been a moment and actually days to remember, saying that of course so much has been tabled. Really, we've seen a lot, and I think moving forward, essentially the MSME sector should be looking at a trajectory of growth, astronomical, improvements in a lot of sectors, or rather a lot of angles of this particular two sectors. And I think the ministry itself is looking forward, of course, to just more growth with so many interventions, and of course just inventions that actually we've noticed and witnessed here at Mulungushi.
Exactly. What we've had is actually 2 impactful days of nothing but interaction and learning. We have seen quite a number of interventions, a number of innovations actually that are coming from both SMEs and cooperatives. Some of which I can just remind the viewers is the perfume making. We saw something like the shoemaking. The most interesting one was the charcoal briquette using agricultural waste. including the jam.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about the jam as well.
You know, I enjoyed the jam when I was testing it. Come on, that's brilliant.
The fact that you're given to test all of their products and just see what really they're able to, and then the conserving part, really.
Exactly.
You know, I think that's just remarkable, and it's a game changer.
Exactly, and not only forgetting about the Kitwe Industrial Yard, which has got about 7 clusters, and these clusters mainly formed of women as cooperators, is very, very encouraging to actually see that the industrial yard is actually working out. I hope that this can actually be replicated to other industrial yards.
Indeed. Looking that, you know, this meeting attracted international delegates, of course, from India, Kenya, Malawi as well, just to really come and brainstorm, share notes, you know, and see how we can grow Zambia, you know, the Zambian economy as well as that of Africa in its entirety. Of course, more, I think, is yet to be unveiled by the Ministry of MSME, and I think the cooperatives will be beneficiaries of these wonderful policies, and I think opportunities that will be laid by the, you know, minister and, of course, his ministry soon.
Indeed, not forgetting about what the traditional leadership actually requested. They requested that such meetings in future should actually take into account the aspect of bringing in interpreters and actually translating most of the materials into local language. Indeed. I think the princess did emphasize on that, and I'm sure the permanent secretary local government took heed of the same, and hopefully next time we're going to actually ensure that the traditional leaders' concerns are taken care of.
Absolutely. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we hope you had a wonderful watch right here on Developcom Web TV. We'd have to say our bye-byes eventually.
Eventually, we have to say our bye-byes, but do stay tuned to Developcom Web TV. This is Charlie Afekatungula with Vernon. As usual, catch us next time when we have such a similar event. Of course, we're going to follow through this intervention to ensure that the report that is actually coming out from this Indaba does not sit, but we'll keep you informed from time to time. Absolutely. Thank you.
Events Lounge on Developcom Web TV. Make sure you watch every single episode and more, actually, still on the very website. My names are Vernon Chitifi. Thank you.